Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we will understand about the power supply. So power supply unit. What is power supply unit PSU components? A PSU, power supply unit in a computer, is like its heart. It gives power to all parts. It takes electricity from the wall outlet and changes it into the right voltage for the computer. The PSU sends power to the motherboard, CPU, GPU, hard drives, and other parts. Good PSUs are efficient, which less energy waste and have safety features to protect the computer. They come in different wattage like 500 watt, 750 watt, depending on how much power the computer needs. Always choose a reliable PSU because a bad one can damage your computer. Now let's understand about the PSU components. The PSU has parts like transformers, capacitors, and circuits to convert and control electricity safely. Let's understand about the alternating AC to direct current DC conversion. An AC to DC conversion, it changes wall outlet power AC into the type computer use, that is DC. Filters and regulators. This clean up electricity, removing noise, and keep voltage steady for safe operations. Fans. They cool the PSU to prevent overheating during heavy use. We will learn about the fans in next slide. Now understand about the input voltage. The voltage from wall outlets like 120 volts or 230 volts that the PSU accepts. It's a low line voltage. 100 to 127 volts, the low line is used in countries like USA and Japan. 200 to 220 volt, it is a high line voltage used in countries like India and the UK. PSU types. Manual, where you set the voltage switch yourself. Auto switching, it adjusts voltage automatically. And fixed, PSU types. It works only at one voltage, for example, 230 volts only. It doesn't change the voltage. Now, we will understand about the power supply connectors. So what is a power supply connector? What are the power supply connectors and their uses? Power supply connectors are cable from the PSU that plug into different computer parts to give them electricity. Each connector has a special shape to fit only the right component. We have 24 pin or 20 plus 4 pin that powers the motherboard. 4 and 8 pin EPS give extra power to the CPU. 6 to 8 pin PCI that connects the GPU, that is the graphic card. SATA that powers hard drive and SSDs. Molex, a 4 pin, it connects for fan and some other drives. Some PSUs have modular cables, means you can attach only the ones you need. Always match the right connector to the right part to avoid any type of damages. Now let's understand about the power supply form factors. Power supply form factors have standard sizes and shapes. For example, ATX and SFX. T1 connector, it is a main motherboard power plug. 20 pin versus 24 pin. The 20 pin is older versus the newer motherboard power. Adapters. It converts one plug to another. Modular connector. It is a detachable cable for neatness. Redundant power supplies. It works backup to the PSU for reliability. Now let's understand about the fan cooling system. Number one, heat sinks. Heat sinks are the metal blocks that absorb heat from hot parts like CPUs and cool them down with fins. A sticky paste that helps transfer heat from a chip to its heat shrink more efficiently. Thermal pad, a soft, high conductive pad used instead of paste for some components. Now let's talk about device and churches fans. A fan that blow cool air in and push hot air out to keep the system from overheating. Airflow, the movement of cool and hot air inside the case. Good air keeps temperature low. Sensors, they are the tiny detectors that monitor temperature, fan speed, and voltage to prevent overheating. Cleaning and maintenance, removing dust and checking parts regularly to keep cooling working properly. Now we will understand about the liquid cooling systems. What are liquid cooling systems? Liquid cooling systems use liquid, usually water or coolant, to cool computer parts better than air. Here how they work in simple terms. Coolant absorbs heat from CPU, GPU through a metal block that is a water block. Tube carry hot liquid into a radiator where fans blow air to cool it down. Pump circulates the liquid in a loop, keeping temperature low. It quieter than fans since liquid cools more efficiently. There are two types, AIO all-in-one, pre-built and easy to install. Custom loop, DIY setup to separate parts. Best for high-power PCs like gaming and overclocking, where air cooling isn't enough. Now, more importantly, needs maintenance. It checks for leaks, refill coolant in custom loops. Liquid cooling keeps your PC icy cool but cost more than fans. Now, let's talk about tubing. Tubing are the pipes that carry the liquid between parts, water block, radiator, and pump. Reservoir. It is a tank that holds extra coolant and helps remove air bubbles. Fans. It blows air to cool down the liquid inside the radiator. Alright, now we'll understand about the water loop, water blocks, and brackets. The water loop refers to the circulating system of liquid coolant used to cool the CPU. Water brackets are specific brackets that secure water cooling components like pumps and reservoirs to a radiator or other part of cooling loop. Brackets in general can refer to any mounting hardware used to attach parts of the cooling loop to the computer case or other components. That's all for this chapter. We will see you next time in a new chapter. Till then, bye and have a good day.